New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch, pinch.
Pinch time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Ideally, the perpetrators would realize the gravity of their crime and the dimension they've entered into and return the items since the jewels are completely unsellable. Even beyond selling the items themselves, if they were to dismantle them, separating the precious metals, gemstones, pearls, etc., everyone involved in the chain of responsibility, including those who recut the pieces and attempt to sell them, would be exposed to very serious penalties.
Les écoulés, etc., s'exposent à des sanctions très graves. C'est même pas une question d'argent.
In any case, it's not even a question of money. We're beyond monetary value. That is to say, here, this is truly French heritage, and even universal heritage.
C'est un peu comme quand on incendie Notre-Dame, c'est-à-dire que là, c'est la terre entière.
It's a bit like when Notre Dame burned down. The whole world becomes sensitized to the event. and the intrinsic value of the objects no longer has any meaning.
N'a plus de sens.
U.S. President Donald Trump said on Sunday night he would raise tariffs on Colombia and stop all payments to the South American nation. Earlier in the day, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said U.S. forces had attacked a vessel associated with a Colombian rebel group, killing 3 people. Hegseth released this video on X said to show the strike, which Reuters could not independently verify. Without providing evidence, Hegseth said the boat was involved in illicit narcotics smuggling. Colombian President Gustavo Petro condemned the bombing, saying the boat belonged to a humble family, not a rebel group. Petro has objected to the U.S. military strikes against vessels in the Caribbean, which have killed dozens of people and inflamed tensions in the region. Many legal experts and human rights activists have also condemned the extraordinary series of military actions. Trump's latest comments marked a new low in relations between Washington and Bogota, which Trump accuses of being complicit in the illicit drug trade. On Sunday, he called Petro an illegal drug leader. Bogota called the remarks offensive and vowed to seek international support in defense of Petro and the country's autonomy. Trump also said the United States will, quote, drop all money that we're giving to Colombia, and said he would announce a tariff increase on the country's imports on Monday. It was not clear what funding support Trump was referring to. Colombia was once among the largest recipients of U.S. aid in the Western Hemisphere, but the flow of money was suddenly curtailed this year by the shuttering of U.S. aid. Colombia currently pays 10% tariffs on most imports to the United States. That is the baseline level Trump has imposed on many countries.
2 Hong Kong airport security workers died after a Boeing 747 cargo plane skidded off the runway, hit their patrol car, and pushed it into the sea. That is according to the city's airport operator on Monday. The crash happened around 3:50 a.m. local time. The airport security staff were not breathing when rescued from the water. One was declared dead at the scene, and the other died later in hospital, according to Stephen Yu, the airport's executive director of operations. He added that authorities are investigating the cause, looking at weather, runway conditions, the aircraft, and the crew. Yu also said flights at Hong Kong's airport have not been affected. Emirates, the Dubai-based airline, said the crash at the world's busiest cargo airport involved an ACT Airlines plane operating on its behalf. There was no cargo on board. All 4 crew members of the plane escaped safely. This was Hong Kong's deadliest airport accident since the 1999 China Airlines crash that killed 3 people. Boeing did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
U.S. stocks closed higher on Friday, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ each adding roughly 0.5%. President Trump downshifted his China trade rhetoric on Friday, saying his proposed 100% tariff on Chinese imports would be unsustainable. While Ben McMillan, chief investment officer at IDX Advisors, still believes Trump's tough trade talk is mostly posturing, he does see one key sticking point.
With China in particular, there's an AI arms race to kind of own as much of that segment as possible. America is definitely in a privileged position, but China is very quickly, trying to catch up with NVIDIA chips and tariffs on specific chips as it relates to AI. I do think that'll be an ongoing kind of source of tension between the two countries.
Among Friday's stock moves, regional banks rebounded, with Zions Bank Corporation gaining more than 5.5% and Western Alliance adding about 3%. Both had sold off the day before over fears about credit quality. Shares of Eli Lilly fell 2% after Trump said he would bring down prices of weight loss drugs. And Wall Street's most valuable companies ended mixed, with Tesla rising 2.5%, Apple adding almost 2%, and Amazon falling more than 0.5%.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for Northwest Pennsylvania here on this Monday morning. We are looking at overcast conditions, slight chance of a rain shower, but warmer. Temperatures today in the mid-50s. Clear to partly cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower, lows in the upper 30s. Tuesday, some morning rain showers, upper 50s for a high. Wednesday, afternoon rain showers with temperatures in the upper 40s. Thursday, showers, mid-40s. Friday, morning showers, upper 40s. And that is what we're looking at for the week. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:13. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Glad you're with us here this morning. Kind of hit hard, didn't it?
Monday hit really hard.
Yeah.
Considering, we had last Monday off. Well,
you did.
This Monday hit hard.
I was all stressed last week going into that conference we did, and just making sure everything was right and all together for it. And so I'm okay this morning. It's like, well, yeah.
What?
Kind of. Boy, there's a lot to go over here this morning, but we're gonna go back a couple months.
A couple months?
Yeah, we're gonna backtrack to something we never really finished up on in the conversation.
What is that?
I remember this stuff, hon.
I don't.
Well, I just
I'm not ready to defend myself. Do I need to defend myself?
Yeah, no, just no. It was a conversation we had about Elvis Presley.
Oh, good Lord.
Remember we had that story about there was a website that was ranking his best songs in a March Madness style. Mm-hmm. It was a March Madness style competition to determine Elvis's best track. They started with 32 songs facing off in randomly generated matchups. The first two rounds saw some close battles, with the quarterfinals generating more than some lopsided wins. Suspicious Minds trounced Return to Sender. Love Me Tender was the decisive victor against Heartbreak Hotel. Are You Lonesome Tonight cruised past It's Now or Never. Can't Help Falling in Love beat out Jailhouse Rock. And that's kind of where we left it.
Yeah.
Right? So then, there was semifinal voting, final voting, and the winning song was announced. But we never really followed up with that. Life got pretty busy, right?
Yeah.
So, let me see. After 5 weeks of voting,
The winning song was announced. Do you want to guess which one it was?
Can't Help Falling in Love.
That's correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Haha. Sorry.
The finals pitted a made in Memphis Elvis classic from 1969, Suspicious Minds, up against one of the most beloved film songs, 1961's Can't Help Falling in Love. Can't Help Falling in Love emerged victorious in convincing fashion with 59% of the vote against 41% for Suspicious Minds. In fact, Can't Help Falling in Love easily cruised to victory in all rounds of the bracket, besting Jailhouse Rock, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, A Big Hunk of Love on its path to the finals. So, yeah, there you go. Can't Help Falling in Love would peak at number 2 on the U.S. pop charts while reaching the number 1 spot in the U.K. Elvis recorded the song doing 29 takes as part of the soundtrack for the 1961 film Blue Hawaii. The song would become a staple of Elvis's live performances when he would return to the stage in the late 60s. It was famously done as part of the 68 comeback special. And it was the final song Elvis performed live during his final concert in Indianapolis in 1977, less than 2 months before his passing. It's remained one of Elvis's most haunting love songs and apparently still has a hold over fans and readers today. So, yeah, there you go.
It's funny because right after we talked about it,
yeah,
I heard that song by UB40's version. I'm like, I like this. Like, I like this version.
You like their version better than Elvis?
I do.
What?
I do.
That's crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. Sorry.
There's just something that's, well, I think it says here, like just haunting. It's just, yeah. It's a great song. So that is the number one song. So we're good.
Okay.
We're cleaning up some of the conversations we've had in the past.
Okay.
Get rid of that.
Should I be afraid? Like, because if we're going to clean up all the conversations we've had in the past.
No, we're not.
Okay.
Do not worry.
All right, great.
Let's see. We'll get into some sports real quick here this morning. NFL games that took place yesterday. What else? Games, a couple games tonight, I think. I think there's 2 tonight. Let's go to baseball real quick. The Blue Jays beat the Seattle Mariners 6-2. That series is tied 3 games apiece. You got the Blue Jays and Mariners tonight at 8:08. And that will air on Fox. Okay? I know you've been excited about watching hockey.
So excited. So excited.
I don't think so. You go to a hockey game? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we ever go to a hockey game?
No, not us, but dude.
I'm not talking like the high school or what they had at the Mark.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not even talking about the Otters.
Penguins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
But not us.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about baseball Friday night.
Okay.
My uncle used to just absolutely love baseball.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. And he's just like, I'm just not into it anymore. He goes, I went to a game. He went to PNC Park for the first time a couple years ago, I think. And, he's like, it's a beautiful stadium, but you're like, I've got cash and everything's cashless. And
yep.
So I reached in and he gave his nephew like $20 to get him a drink. And he came back and said, I got it. They don't take cash, so I paid for it. He goes, well, here. He goes, well, that barely covers your drink. Yeah. He's like, oh. So it had been a while. But anyways, he was talking about how he kind of fell out of love with baseball. He's not into it as much as he used to be. So, and I remember as a kid, I mean, I I loved watching baseball, listening to baseball. Now it's just, I don't know. There's other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Go ahead.
Like, I'm going there. I think I love watching it more on a local level, like a high school, because it's still about the game and the crack of the bat. There's nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Sorry.
So hockey scores from last night: Vancouver over Washington 4-3. Red Wings skated past the Oilers 4-2. Utah beat the Bruins 3-2. And the Blackhawks over the Ducks in overtime 2-1. Today you got the Flyers and the Kraken tonight at 7. Rangers and Wild at 7. Canadians and Sabres at 7:30. I've been to Buffalo a couple times to watch the Sabres play. I know. Flames and Jets at 9:30 tonight. Golden Knights taking on the Hurricanes at 10. I mean, Penguins are the team, but it was fun going to watch the Sabres.
Yeah. Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll be nice. Go.
Whatever. All right. From yesterday, we had the Rams beating the Jaguars 35-7. That was over in London. Panthers over the Jets 13-6. Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22. Chiefs over the Raiders 31-0. Patriots over the Titans 31-13. Browns beat the Dolphins 31-6. Bears over the Saints 26-14. Colts beat the Chargers 38-24. Giants fell to the Broncos 33-32. That was a game. Like, the Broncos scored all 33 points, I think, in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So something fell apart for the Giants. They had that game. Packers over the Cardinals, 27-23. Cowboys over the Commanders, 44-22. 49ers beat the Falcons 20-10. Tonight, it's the Lions hosting the Buccaneers at 7 o'clock on ABC. While on ESPN, the Seahawks take on the Texans. Lions are 4-2. Buccaneers 5-1. Baker Mayfield's been crazy good. Seahawks are 4-2. Texans are 2-3, and that's your matchups for tonight. So that's what you're looking at for Monday Night Football. And for the first time in several weeks, months, like, we don't have anything on the agenda for tonight. Like, our kid is done with sports for the fall. So, how about that?
Yikes.
All right. We're going to get to birthdays and what we're celebrating here this morning. We'll start with birthdays. It is the 20th. I had to double check. 20th day of October.
All right.
Who's celebrating?
It's a new birthday page, so bear with me. Snoop Dogg is 54 today. John Krasinski, actor, director, is 46. Viggo Mortensen, 67. And director Danny Boyle is 69. Now, rock musician Tom Petty would have been 75 today. And actor Bela Lugosi, just because, would have been 143 today.
143?
Yeah, he was born 143 years ago.
We should watch Dracula tonight. The old black and white Bela Lugosi. Should we do that?
Sure.
We're missing out on so much because it's just been so crazy.
Yeah.
We've got 6 lists of scary movies to catch up on.
Yeah.
But no, some old school black and white. See, I would really like that, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Those sound like fun movies to watch.
Sure.
You're like, oh, I'm going to pass out.
I am, probably.
All right. So happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday from all of us. Yeah, happy birthday to you. All right. What are we celebrating here today?
Day of the Races, Deepa Valley, Diwali Day, Heroes Day of Jamaica, Information Overload Day, International Chef Day, Miss American Rose Day, National Brandied Fruit Day, National Day of Writing, National Youth Competence Day, Talent Transformation Day, World CRISPR Day, World Osteoporosis Day, World Statistics Day, National Adoption Week, National Health Education Week, National Parenting Week, National Temperature Check Week, Pharmacy Week, and that's all.
Okay. I don't think there's one thing on that list I'm celebrating today.
Mm-hmm. Snoop Dogg's birthday.
Well, no, I'm of the what we're celebrating list.
I know. We can celebrate
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi by watching Dracula.
143.
Yeah.
While listening to some Tom Petty.
Yep.
Weekend box office numbers. Black Phone 2 took the number one spot with 26.5 million. Tron Ares 11.1. That looks like a good movie. Have you seen the? What was that? Do that again. No, it doesn't look good.
Not at all. No. Sorry. You can go see it.
No, I don't want to go see it. It's just it'd be one of those like if it. Well, first of all, I haven't watched the original Tron in a long time, and then there was another one. So I don't know. I'd have to check that out. But let's see. Good Fortune took the third spot at the weekend box office. One battle after another. I'm not even sure I saw the trailer for that one. Roofman at rounding out the top five, $3.7 million. So, yeah, that's your weekend box office. And let's see. The top movies of 2025 include a Minecraft movie at $423.9 million. Lilo and Stitch, $423.8 million. Superman brought in $354.2 million. Jurassic World Rebirth, $339.6 million. Sinners at $278.6 million. Those are the top 2025 movies. Now, worldwide, Niza 2, $1.9 billion. Lilo and Stitch at $1 billion. A Minecraft movie, $957.9 million. Jurassic World Rebirth, $886.3 million. Demon Slayer, $659 million. So a little different when you look at the worldwide picture. But, yeah, there you have it, your weekend box office numbers here on this Monday morning. All right, we're going to get you caught up to date with the latest news headlines. We're approaching 7:30 here this morning. Let you know what's going on in the world of business. We'll have the forecast for you. It's all coming up here this morning. Well, rain for us here in Northwest Pennsylvania. Can't really complain. It's been a pretty good fall this week, though. A lot of rain heading our way.
Ideally, the perpetrators would realize the gravity of their crime and the dimension they've entered into and return the items since the jewels are completely unsellable.
Et au-delà même de la vente de l'objet en lui-même,
even beyond selling the items themselves, if they were to dismantle them, separating the precious metals, gemstones, pearls, etc., everyone involved in the chain of responsibility, including those who recut the pieces and attempt to sell them, would be exposed to very serious penalties.
Les écoulés, etc., s'exposent à des sanctions très graves. C'est même pas une question d'argent.
In any case, it's not even a question of money. We're beyond monetary value. That is to say, here, this is truly French heritage, and even universal heritage.
C'est un peu comme quand on incendie Notre-Dame, c'est-à-dire que là, c'est la terre entière.
It's a bit like when Notre Dame burned down. The whole world becomes sensitized to the event, and the intrinsic value of the objects no longer has any meaning.
N'a plus de sens.
U.S. President Donald Trump said on Sunday night he would raise tariffs on Colombia and stop all payments to the South American nation. Earlier in the day, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said U.S. forces had attacked a vessel associated with a Colombian rebel group killing 3 people. Hegseth released this video on X said to show the strike, which Reuters could not independently verify. Without providing evidence, Hegseth said the boat was involved in illicit narcotics smuggling. Colombian President Gustavo Petro condemned the bombing, saying the boat belonged to a humble family, not a rebel group. Petro has objected to the U.S. military strikes against vessels in the Caribbean, which have killed dozens of people and inflamed tensions in the region. Many legal experts and human rights activists have also condemned the extraordinary series of military actions. Trump's latest comments marked a new low in relations between Washington and Bogota, which Trump accuses of being complicit in the illicit drug trade. On Sunday, he called Petro an illegal drug leader. Bogota called the remarks offensive and vowed to seek international support in defense of Petro and the country's autonomy. Trump also said the United States will, quote, drop all money that we're giving to Colombia, and said he would announce a tariff increase on the country's imports on Monday. It was not clear what funding support Trump was referring to. Colombia was once among the largest recipients of U.S. aid in the Western Hemisphere, but the flow of money was suddenly curtailed this year by the shuttering of U.S. aid. Colombia currently pays 10% tariffs on most imports to the United States. That is the baseline level Trump has imposed on many countries.
2 Hong Kong airport security workers died after a Boeing 747 cargo plane skidded off the runway, hit their patrol car, and pushed it into the sea. That is according to the city's airport operator on Monday. The crash happened around 3:50 a.m. local time. The airport security staff were not breathing when rescued from the water. One was declared dead at the scene, and the other died later in hospital, according to Stephen Yu, the airport's executive director of operations. He added that authorities are investigating the cause, looking at weather, runway conditions, the aircraft, and the crew. Yu also said flights at Hong Kong's airport have not been affected. Emirates, the Dubai-based airline, said the crash at the world's busiest cargo airport involved an ACT Airlines plane operating on its behalf. There was no cargo on board. All 4 crew members of the plane escaped safely. This was Hong Kong's deadliest airport accident since the 1999 China Airlines crash that killed 3 people. Boeing did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom, ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable. Like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
This month, get up to $3,000 more for your trade at Community Chevy's Flip or Treat sales event. Is your old ride's condition scary and you're tired of the same online tricks? At Community, get up to $3,000 more when you flip your old ride for a nicer, newer one. And if another dealer offers more for your trade, we'll treat you to a free $50 gas card. Either way, you can save over $11,000 off best-selling trucks like the new Silverado. The Flip or Treat sales event this month only at Community Chevy.
U.S. stocks closed higher on Friday, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ each adding roughly 0.5%. President Trump downshifted his China trade rhetoric on Friday, saying his proposed 100% tariff on Chinese imports would be unsustainable. While Ben McMillan, chief investment officer at IDX Advisors, still believes Trump's tough trade talk is mostly posturing, he does see one key sticking point.
With China in particular, there's an AI arms race to kind of own as much of that segment as possible. America is definitely in a privileged position, but China is very quickly, trying to catch up. with NVIDIA chips and tariffs on specific chips as it relates to AI. I do think that'll be an ongoing, kind of source of tension between the two countries.
Among Friday's stock moves, regional banks rebounded, with Zions Bank Corporation gaining more than 5.5% and Western Alliance adding about 3%. Both had sold off the day before over fears about credit quality. Shares of Eli Lilly fell 2% after Trump said he would bring down prices of weight loss drugs. And Wall Street's most valuable companies ended mixed, with Tesla rising 2.5%, Apple adding almost 2%, and Amazon falling more than 0.5%.
The precious metals is interesting because I do think we have kind of entered a new era. And really, it's kind of a throwback to the 70s where, Main Street America owned physical, whether it was gold coins or silver bars. And, precious metals have been very uninteresting for decades, really, since then. And central banks, of course, and we've talked about this, central banks have been big buyers of gold in recent years, which, of course, has kind of set the stage here. But, you start seeing people, queuing up to buy gold coins at Costco and, bullion brokers talking about running out of supply. I mean, it's an actual run on gold and silver, physical, and you're seeing them trade at a huge premium. And I think what's happening is Main Street America, or even globally, I mean, I saw a headline about Australians lining up for physical, is there's real concern about global fiat stability. People are worried about future inflation expectations, and they want to hold something that they know will hold its value, which is gold and silver. And so what started as kind of a Wall Street trade has now migrated into, Main Street. The biggest news in the last couple of days have been, I think, kind of the cracks emerging in the credit spectrum. For anything in the fixed income part of the spectrum, we're definitely advocating being more defensive. So, high yield bonds across the entire kind of ecosystem. So everything from, things like bank loans, high yield bonds, even, CLO ETFs have provided a great yield for several years now. That's really a segment you want to be careful in. So for, a lot of client accounts, we're recommending, rotating out of that into, short duration treasuries or even things like agency mortgages. So credit, anything credit related in the fixed income universe is something really to be mindful of. And then again, that can also bleed into equities. So if you look at regional banks, I mean, they've had a horrible couple of sessions because largely they're some of the biggest holders of the subprime credit.
Strong earnings but growing risks. Are the foundations cracking beneath the market rally? Earnings season is in full swing. Wall Street's biggest banks just posted strong results, showing resilience at the top. But beneath the surface, cracks are forming, with concerns around credit, geopolitics and valuations starting to creep in. And with Europe's earnings season now underway, are the same risks going global? Ross Mould is investment director at AJ Bell. So Ross, America's biggest banks look strong, deal-making is back and trading profits are booming. But is this a real sign of economic health?
Lots to smile about there. The Atlanta Fed GDP now forecast is, 3.9% annualized for this quarter. I know we have the ongoing government shutdown, which could start to shave some numbers off, but at the moment, at least, not too much to worry about, you could argue, in terms of the bank's earnings. If anything that you would be worried about, its valuation. Citigroup, okay, down at 1 times book value. JP Morgan up at 2.9 times. Yeah, I mean, if anything goes wrong unexpectedly, there maybe isn't quite as much downside protection in that sort of multiple.
Well, there is some warnings coming from JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon. He's warned about cockroaches in the credit markets. Could a credit crunch be the pin that bursts the bull run?
Everybody's looking for what could go wrong, and it's intriguing that if you look at the share prices of the Standard & Poor's Global Listed Private Equity Index, that peaked in the spring, and the share prices of major private credit providers like Ares in America and ICG over here in the UK, they peaked last November. So Mr. Market somewhere is smelling something that he doesn't quite like. But again, that may again just be a little bit of a case of nerves and some of the valuations out there. But yeah, it's definitely something to look for.
But what's the view across the Atlantic? Will Europe's bankers echo similar credit concerns?
The Europeans aren't as highly rated as the US ones in many cases. Barclays down at 1 times book value here in the UK. The other big 4 FTSE 100 banks trade up to about 1.5 times. Again, that's probably a pretty decent valuation given where their returns in equity right now. HSBC has just cancelled or just postponed for 3 quarters its buyback. But the one thing the UK banks still have in their favour, analyst forecasts suggest £14 billion of dividends this year, £14 billion of share buybacks on top. That's a 10% cash yield, probably enough to keep income hunters and even those most worried about inflation at bay right now.
Some big names reporting this week as well. Tesla, one of them. Strong Q3 numbers are expected, but mostly due to one-offs. Will markets start questioning the company's lofty valuation story?
Well, I think a lot of people have been waiting for that for an awful long time, and it's still valued at $1.4 trillion. BYD, one of its biggest Chinese competitors, valued at $140 billion, very roughly. So Tesla's crudely 10 times as big, even though BYD is going to make more net income this year, according to analysts' forecasts. So I guess you can say is that, yes, maybe analysts aren't realistic about what the long-term margins are for Tesla's car business and the competitive pressures that it faces. But there's an awful lot built into that valuation for robotaxis, robotics, AI and everything else. So at some stage, Tesla needs to deliver there, but you wouldn't expect that to be the next quarter or two because they're long-term stories. So the battle lines between valuation skeptics and valuation embracers will remain drawn, I've absolutely no doubt at all.
Netflix as well is due and has beaten earnings estimates for 4 straight quarters. Can it keep the streak alive?
I mean, it's still in a phenomenal competitive position. It's got fantastic content. You can still worry about whether some of its rivals have really got their act together in streaming, although, again, Apple with its Formula One deal clearly isn't giving up here, and that the value of content shines through there above all else. I mean, again, Netflix probably needs to keep on beating with the earnings multiples it's on of, 40-odd times this year, 35, 37 times next year. But, US companies, they're really good at managing this. I know we have a president who says that quarterly earnings are a nuisance and they should be done away with. But US companies are perfectly adept at dealing with this. And you look at numbers from S&P Global, the average percentage beat is about 73% within the S&P 500. I'm sure Netflix will be keen to do its bit this quarter.
Finally, Russ, Wall Street execs are warning of an AI overexuberance. So the question on everyone's mind, are we in bubble territory?
It's a very legitimate question. I mean, you can see why with 7 companies representing 36% of S&P 500 market cap, those sort of crowded situations don't always tend to end well. You've got concerns over aggressive capital investment, whether there'll be return on that investment, and also the sort of interlocking financing arrangements that we're seeing. Equally, the things that you would worry about, say, looking back 20 odd years to the bursting of the tech bubble, these companies are wildly profitable. They were generating huge amounts of cash until the capex boom came through. And the one thing you're not seeing yet, in terms of pricking any bubble, is a rash of initial public offerings and secondary offerings. There's the old saying, bull markets run out when the money runs out. Right now, investors are not being overwhelmed with IPOs and secondaries. If you start to see a flood of those, then the echoes get quite uncomfortable and quite loud.
That was Russ Mould from AJ Bell. Don't forget, you can watch more videos on Reuters.com.
From major U.S. earnings reports and inflation data to a key parliamentary vote in Japan, these are the stories to watch in business and finance in the coming week. U.S. third quarter earnings pick up with results from Netflix on Tuesday and Tesla on Wednesday. Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, IBM, and aerospace and defense giant RTX all report as well. Then comes a delayed U.S. inflation report, with September Consumer Price Index numbers out on Friday. That comes a few days ahead of the Federal Reserve's October meeting, when it's widely expected to cut rates. Tensions are flaring again between the U.S. and China, prompting tit-for-tat fees and a tightening on two-way supplies. The back and forth could be key for markets in the coming week, with the expectation that U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping will meet later this month. Japanese markets await a parliamentary vote that may spur another leg up in the record stocks rally. The Nikkei hit all-time highs after conservative Senae Takaichi became leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. But the index took a hit and volatility surged after she lost the support of a longtime coalition partner. Now the right-wing Japan Innovation Party has emerged as a possible savior. Inflation data out of the United Kingdom on Wednesday could be pivotal. With Britain's fiscal hole widening over surging debt payments, the September CPI could fuel rate cut bets and offer some relief if the annualized rate comes below the Bank of England's 4% forecast. A higher than expected increase could keep the BOE cautious and Britain's finances looking precarious.
Third quarter of 2025. The world's second largest economy grew 4.8%, lagging last year's 5.2% pace. However, Beijing is still on track to hit the annual target of around 5%. Fragile domestic demand has left China heavily reliant on manufacturing production and exports at a time of mounting trade tensions with Washington. Recent export data highlights China's ability to diversify away from the U.S. market. Sales to the U.S. were down 27% year-on-year last month. However, shipments to the European Union grew by 14%, Southeast Asia by 15.6%, and Africa by 56.4%. Still, the sluggish domestic market remains a drag for businesses, with Monday's data showing retail sales slowing to a 10-month low. The prolonged crisis in the property market also weighed heavily on growth and consumer confidence in China. The latest figures show investment in the sector down 13.9% in the first 3 quarters year-on-year. Chinese leaders are set to hold a closed-door meeting through to Thursday to discuss, among other things, the country's 15th five-year development plan. Expected to be prioritized is high-tech manufacturing in the wake of intensifying rivalry with the United States. Investors are also looking to a Politburo meeting and the Central Economic Board Conference expected in December for clues on economic policy for next year.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Generally cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, and a high in the mid-50s. Mostly clear tonight, slight chance of a rain shower, lows down around 40 degrees. Tuesday, showers, upper 50s. Wednesday, some afternoon light rain, upper 40s. Thursday, showers, upper 40s. Friday, some morning rain showers with temperatures around 50 degrees. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:53. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Monday. Glad you're with us here this morning. Coming up on 8 o'clock. Fast morning. And a couple things. One, big news if you're waking up this morning. There was a massive internet outage that struck popular apps and sites and apps including Snapchat, Fortnite, Zoom were all down Monday morning after a problem with Amazon Web Services. Hundreds of hugely popular websites and apps were not working Monday morning after a widespread internet outage. According to online outage tracker Down Detector, large numbers of services and platforms experienced issues, including industries stretching from home security, banking, e-commerce, and gaming. The outage hit users Monday and appears to be linked to Amazon Web Services, their AWS, which provides many companies with servers to run their apps and websites. So, again, the big ones, Snapchat, Slack, Amazon, Alexa, were all down this morning. Ring, Sky, PlayStation. I'm just kind of going through here, finding some of these. Virgin Media, Bank of Scotland, Zoom, Fortnite, Canva, Pokemon Go.
Oh, no. That would be why
Peloton.
I didn't get any alerts this morning for Ring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thousands of web users began reporting issues from about 7:30 a.m. onwards on Monday. So this would be about 2:30 a.m. Eastern time onwards on Monday. Some companies reported their problems were caused by an issue with Amazon Web Services. So there you go. I think they're slowly coming back.
Bummer.
Have you?
Well, I haven't. I can't look right now at Ring.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if I have any Zoom meetings this morning, but I don't think I do.
That's
a huge thing. It is. So, no, I don't think I have any Zoom this morning.
Okay. We saw last night the first, I wouldn't call it Christmas, but holiday-themed commercial.
Right. It was on the cusp of being a Christmas commercial.
It was. And wasn't it for Amazon?
Yeah. It was very funny. It was about right with a conversation that we were having. Like a girl came home from college and she went in to go into her room and her dad's running on the treadmill in her room. So her space was replaced by, which we've done, something similar recently.
It took us a long time, though.
Yeah.
Like 3 years. And yes, we're slowly taking over our son's room with storage and other things. Has he said anything to you about it?
No.
Okay.
No, but here's part of my thing. Like, as he's about to graduate from college, and in his head, we both know what that world looks like out there. I think he thinks he's going to, like, stay in an apartment, whatever. I'm kind of partially braced for a move-in.
Okay.
This
is a feeling of yours, or this is something
No,
he's
this is just a feeling. This is a feeling. This is not a conversation. Like, will crush his soul, if he loses his independence in any way, but,
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk.
Okay.
Well, no, I have questions, but it's not.
Go ahead.
No, not the place for it. But anyways, it was kind of funny to see that commercial last night. So we were watching. Was it during that? So there's a show that came back for the third season last night, and we were watching that, and then we ended up watching the show after it. Which was kind of interesting. Was it
I hated it.
On the road?
Yeah, I really didn't like it.
Yeah. Who was it? What's his name?
Country singer guy?
Hey, Keith Urban.
Okay.
Right? He was married to
Nicole
Kidman. Yeah. And Blake Shelton.
Okay.
Although I don't know why Blake was there, because it was like sucking up to Keith Urban. I think Blake started his career by playing and opening up for Keith Urban, but
I don't know.
It's like I didn't understand that role because he chimed in here and there, but it was basically he just sat next to him the whole time. But anyways, we watched a little bit of that on the road. It was kind of fascinating, and it's different from other shows because they've already picked who the performers are. Like, these are your top performers. Now let's see how they do on the road.
Yeah,
and they have to make it through that stage of it, which is really hard.
Well, it's funny because it's like a couple of them are like already in careers of some sort to a degree where they travel on the road,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, it wasn't another one of those singing competitions, which is good. It's different. It's like, okay, we're gonna bypass that step. What's it take to actually?
Yeah, these guys can sing. Now let's entertain.
Yeah. Can they make it on the road?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Well, speaking of great programs, great local programming continues on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. We'll continue our third hour online. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope it's a great day for you.
Ideally, the perpetrators would realize the gravity of their crime and the dimension they've entered into, and return the items since the jewels are completely unsellable.
Et au-delà même de la vente de l'objet en lui-même,
even beyond selling the items themselves, if they were to dismantle them, separating the precious metals, gemstones, pearls, etc., everyone involved in the chain of responsibility, including those who recut the pieces and attempt to sell them, would be exposed to very serious penalties.
les écoulés, etc., s'exposent à des sanctions très graves. C'est même pas une question d'argent.
In any case, it's not even a question of money. We're beyond monetary value. That is to say, here, this is truly French heritage, and even universal heritage.
C'est un peu comme quand on incendie Notre-Dame, c'est-à-dire que là, c'est la terre entière.
It's a bit like when Notre Dame burned down. The whole world becomes sensitized to the event, and the intrinsic value of the objects no longer has any meaning.
N'a plus de sens.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom, ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
2 Hong Kong airport security workers died after a Boeing 747 cargo plane skidded off the runway, hit their patrol car, and pushed it into the sea. That is according to the city's airport operator on Monday. The crash happened around 3:50 a.m. local time. The airport security staff were not breathing when rescued from the water. One was declared dead at the scene, and the other died later in hospital, according to Stephen Yu, the airport's executive director of operations. He added that authorities are investigating the cause, looking at weather, runway conditions, the aircraft, and the crew. Yu also said flights at Hong Kong's airport have not been affected. Emirates, the Dubai-based airline, said the crash at the world's busiest cargo airport involved an ACT Airlines plane operating on its behalf. There was no cargo on board. All 4 crew members of the plane escaped safely. This was Hong Kong's deadliest airport accident since the 1999 China Airlines crash that killed 3 people. Boeing did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
U.S. stocks closed higher on Friday, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ each adding roughly 0.5%. President Trump downshifted his China trade rhetoric on Friday, saying his proposed 100% tariff on Chinese imports would be unsustainable. While Ben McMillan, chief investment officer at IDX Advisors, still believes Trump's tough trade talk is mostly posturing, he does see one key sticking point.
With China in particular, there's an AI arms race to kind of own as much of that segment as possible. America is definitely in a privileged position, but China is very quickly, trying to catch up with NVIDIA chips and tariffs on specific chips as it relates to AI. I do think that'll be an ongoing, kind of source of tension between the two countries.
Among Friday's stock moves, regional banks rebounded, with Zions Bank Corporation gaining more than 5.5% and Western Alliance adding about 3%. Both had sold off the day before over fears about credit quality. Shares of Eli Lilly fell 2% after Trump said he would bring down prices of weight loss drugs. And Wall Street's most valuable companies ended mixed, with Tesla rising 2.5%, Apple adding almost 2%, and Amazon falling more than 0.5%.
Ashley English joins us this morning, Executive Director of the Titusville YWCA. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Good. Good to be here this morning.
Good to see you.
So we got Fall Fest on Saturday. So that will be on the YW lawn. I know they're calling for, I think some late afternoon, though, as I heard, on showers. But I think we'll be okay. We're 1 to 3. It's free. It's open to the public. The big bounce house will be up if our rain is, stays off like it should.
For kids only?
In the bounce house?
Yeah.
No, adults could get in if they wanted to. I mean, we're going to control how many people are in there at one time, but it's an industrial bounce house. So, yeah, you can get in and bounce, Luke, if you want to hop over.
Okay.
So that will be up. We'll have some snacks for the kids. We're not really focusing on costumes, but kids are, encouraged if they want to wear a costume. I know a week or so ago we went to see my grandson, and he was, he met us at the door in a Spider-Man costume. So if your kids want to wear that costume, by all means, let them wear their costume. So, but we'll have some games and just fun and just something to do. Is it Port Farms or, that kind of level? No. It's not, but it's free. It's something to do on a Saturday afternoon, get the kids outside. So, if you're able, come on down.
Excellent.
Love to see you.
That's this Saturday.
This Saturday, 1 to 3, YWCA lawn. So
This fall is going so fast, isn't it?
It really is. It's like blink and, it's Halloween and we'll be going with all those kinds of things. So
it feels like you were just doing the swim stuff at the high school over the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Time just keeps moving and moving. So it's important that you keep doing new things and you get out and you try new things and I was thinking that this morning while I was out for my walk. I thought, I am not going to spend my winter putting on my pajamas when I get home from work and sitting around the house in the evening, that there's things going on. I am going to make myself go out, even though it's dark and it might be cold, and participate in things that are going on in the community. I'm tired of we got it, because it's like we have these two lives. We have our summer lives and our winter lives. And I know things slow down some in the winter with hibernation, and that's what we're supposed to kind of do, but there's so many things going on in our community year round, and so take advantage of them. Don't get caught up in it's cold and dark, I'm just going to sit at home. Get out and do things.
So
with.
we'll swing by and pick you up and you go skiing with us.
Absolutely. You know, I think those are things, but, you know, there's so many things that are going on between the library and different exercise groups, and you can get involved with the historical societies doing stuff, things that our local businesses just provide. Get out and, like I said, don't sit at home.
Yeah. And a couple of those times is okay, right?
A couple of those times, but we get into I know I get into it. It's too comfortable to just go home after work in the winter.
Yeah.
And be home. And I think it's important that we try to get out and be active.
And I think, was it last month you had mentioned, you were talking about, you know, time going fast, and it's because we kind of get in these routines and things, where you were saying if you experience something new and you try new things and you challenge yourself, that helps kind of maybe slow time a little bit.
It does. It absolutely does. And I just think, you know, enjoy your life. Get out there. Love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Meet new people. Do new things. So that being said, we do have we're going to do a pajama party for little girls on November 6th. There's no school that day. And no school Friday. So in the evening, that's something that's always fun. They get to come and do their nails, and we dress up and we play games. And so check that out. We'll start another kids dance, cheer, run around. Just really wanting kids to be active, get them off the screens, get them doing some things. I'm always a proponent of wearing kids out. You know, if they're tired from moving, you're going to have a much nicer evening than if they're just mentally worn out. So
it seems like they've, the cheer squads, it seems like they've had a pretty busy fall.
We have. We really, you know, we're around to places and from all age groups, from the K4 up through the 6th grade. We had a great season. And so we're going to try and keep some of that going through the winter, just providing opportunities to keep kids going. Fall is always so crazy busy with so many things going on with soccer and football and dance and cheer. And and I know swim's gotten going, but let's, you know, if you have a kid that's just kind of hanging out, our goal at the YWCA is to keep everything as affordable as we can. We want everybody to participate. So if you have a child that maybe can't come up with the $5 or whatnot, let us know. We can quietly make that disappear for you.
From kids to families, a lot of things available. I know we're going to get into talking about the turkey trot next. Can you believe next month?
I know. It's sneaking up quick. It's sneaking up quick. So yes, turkey trots. We got people signing up. Kids run free. Adults right now, if you sign up in time, it's only $15. The shirt is an optional add-on. You know, a lot of times that's a great photo op because we get so many families. So people want the shirts. We just charge you what we pay for them. So if that's something that you want, you can always stop in if you want to save those online fees, or you can mail it to me. Because the online, the run sign-ups, the ultra run, those, of course, they charge a fee for that convenience. I'm not opposed to taking hand sign-ups. So, save yourself a couple bucks if you live in town and just drop it off to us. I'm happy to import those numbers by myself.
If somebody was coming from out of town, could they call you and say, hey, we're coming, can we bring cash with us? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or they could Venmo us too.
Oh, okay.
So those are things to get signed up. So there's lots of options. So absolutely, we'd love to see you. It's a great event. We look forward to it every year, and I just hope it keeps growing and we keep going strong with it. A lot of people like that. They want the 5K, but they don't want to deal with, because Erie does a huge turkey trot, but you're dealing with thousands of people and the traffic, and this is just real nice, and you're close to home, and there's people, the families can come and cheer you on. It is professionally timed, and there's no cash prizes or anything like that, but generally we run just for the feeling of I did it.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's one of my favorite things to just watch on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
As you know, the yelling and the screaming in the house is going on about getting things ready, and you open the door and there they are.
And there they are going down the street. And like I said,
Awesome.
and we get every age group. You know, I don't mind if people bring their dogs. Just, you know, be respectful of those people that are really there for that fast time. So don't stand at the front of the line with your dog at the start. But yeah, it's absolutely just a fun time. Get out and enjoy that morning, and we always hope it's dry. But it will run rain or shine either way.
Or little flurries, yes.
Rains, snow, whatever. So one thing I did want to bring up, so we are partnering with the St. James Episcopal Church, and next Thursday we are doing an event called The Longest Table. And our goal is really, we want to bring people together that may not all think the same way on different issues of the day, and have civil, respectful conversations. We live in a community that is absolutely amazing, that we circle around and we support one another when, you know, tragedies happen, or we want to support people even in good things, you know, when teams are doing well. But boy, are we divided at times in how we look at the political environment in our country. So the goal is really just let's talk. I want to know, why do you feel this way? Not, you know, no personal attacks. We want things to stay respectful both ways. You know, just to learn from one another, because I think sometimes when we do really sit down, what we find out more than anything is we want the same things. We want our kids to be safe. We want people to have access to health care. We want people to have a safe and affordable housing. We want to be able to go on that yearly vacation with the family, that we're financially able to do those kinds of things. We want our environment to be clean and have water that's, you know, safe to drink. So we all really want a lot of those things. We're just going about it and how we see those things maybe in different ways. So let's learn from one another, you know. And when you watch the news, it's just so depressing, because it's just a blame game. Instead of solving problems, this side's blaming that side and this side's blaming that side, and it's happening on both sides of the aisle, at our state level, at our federal level. Just let's talk, and then let's let our legislators know what we want as well.
Not to hijack your segment, I just spent 2 days at an energy summit, and you had folks from Washington D.C. up. You have different, both sides of the aisle together, and you know, behind the scenes, it's. Not really behind the scenes, because it was streamed live. You know, there's a lot we agree on. There's a lot of things, but it's almost like, hey, we have to, cameras are rolling, so this is what we're going to say and do. And it's like, it's too bad that that's how it is, where I think the media projects that division because it's good for them.
Right. Right, absolutely.
When most of us are in the middle going, hey,
It catches people's attention, and social media as well, you know. So our goal is just to have a conversation, sit around the table. We pose some questions for some folks. Just sit around the table, have a discussion about things that, as the holidays approach, that a lot of people are like, oh, we can't bring that up for Thanksgiving. So let's just have a discussion. Let's talk. Stay respectful, and remember, that this is somebody who lives in my community, and, generally speaking, we get along. We want the same things. So hopefully, like I said, you can come out. There is a link on the St. James to sign up, or you can reach out to me and say, hey, I'm coming. We are feeding pizza that night. So just so we have a little bit of a numbers count is why it's important that, maybe you let us know the day before or something.
And that's next Thursday.
That's next Thursday. And it's at the YWCA is where we're going to hold it this time. So yeah, come on out. And I'd say anybody over the age of 15 or so would be appropriate to participate. So we'd like to hear from teens too. It's a great perspective to hear what kids and young adults are thinking.
All right. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
This month, get up to $3,000 more for your trade at Community Chevy's Flip or Treat sales event. Is your old ride's condition scary? And you're tired of the same online tricks? At Community, get up to $3,000 more when you flip your old ride for a nicer, newer one. And if another dealer offers more for your trade, we'll treat you to a free $50 gas card. Either way, you can save over $11,000 off best-selling trucks like the new Silverado. The Flip or Treat sales event this month only at Community Chevy.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable. Like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born in Breach, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Ashley English with us here this morning, Executive Director of the Titusville YWCA. Oh, do you ever just take a deep breath here and go, whew, okay.
Yeah. Well, and so I'm going to go into, too, South Carolina right now is having an outbreak of measles. So, again, talk to your doctors about what immunizations you need. These are preventable diseases. Vaccines have been around for hundreds of years. We all have different feelings and thoughts on vaccines, but we do know we need a lot of herd immunity to keep measles from occurring. So just on the national news this morning, they were talking about a measles outbreak in South Carolina, and everybody impacted is not immunized right now. So those are things, and concern that people have then of maybe you have an infant who's not at the point in their life yet where they could be immunized, or someone with an autoimmune disease, and so they can't be perhaps immunized. So you're protecting other people by getting those immunizations. So strongly encourage it. And then again, it's flu, it's COVID, it's RSV, it's going around. We're hearing about this person has this person has that. So if you're able, talk to your doctor and see what they're recommending for your health care.
Excellent.
So absolutely. So try and get out and just take care of yourself. And I'm going to say, too, we do have an election coming up. Make sure you exercise your right to vote, whether you're going in person, whether you're mailing in that ballot. We want to believe that our voice matters. So
I'm always amazed at the low voter turnout with local elections. You would think
these off-year elections, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But those things are important. Really things happen more at the local level. Even in state government, boy, we're impacted by what's going on in the state of Pennsylvania. We're at our county level, at our local level. Federal's kind of far, it all filters down, but yeah, absolutely. These off-year elections are still important, so make sure you're exercising your right to vote.
Now, you'd mentioned trying to create programming that's affordable for everybody. Talk about membership, because membership is very important, but it's not one of the, again, you're thinking of cost.
Again, we're getting back into, maybe you're a friend, I keep thinking, do I call it like a friend of the YWCA or, because membership has a sense that there's, a quid pro quo, like this is what you get. A lot of what you're doing when you support YWCA is you're saying, I like the things that you do here. I think it's important. So I want to make sure that I'm supporting this and that there are activities for kids to do that are, very affordable or free, like our Fall Fest, things that we'll do throughout the year, the swims at the high school. So you're saying, I support what you guys are doing, that we operate the shelter, we have a preschool program. We try to offer a variety of program throughout the year, so really just men and women can be members of the YWCA. Hopefully, if you're able and you have that extra ability to help us out, we always appreciate it, and it helps keep our programs going. We really get very little, which right now it's fortunate that we don't get much government money. Because I know a lot of other organizations that rely on those federal dollars or those state dollars are feeling the pinch. But we really rely on our local community and donors to keep our programs going. So that's what I have to say about that. As if thinking about Forrest Gump there.
We'll get you a bench and you can box of chocolates.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you have anybody that ever calls towards the end, because we're getting close to the end of the year, that says, hey, we would like to make a donation. Can we come in and talk to you about that?
I always love to talk about the YWCA and the things that we do. So we love to give tours. Sometimes I'll see people outside reading the sign on the walking trail, and I'll be like, you want to come on in and look around? Because we have this amazing administrative building. And so, yeah, we're open to meet and talk with folks whenever.
That's great. And you get people coming home for the holidays and visiting, and they can call and say, hey, can we stop in and have a conversation?
Absolutely. Okay. Anytime.
Fun Factory going well?
Of course.
Well, I know.
With the staff there is just absolutely amazing that we have in our Fun Factory program, and they're always doing new things and keeping it exciting, and just a great start for kids as they begin their educational journey. It
seems like it fills up so fast. When is the ideal time to call and say, hey, get me on the list?
Usually, by summer, if you want a spot in the fall, and I'd say, summer isn't quite as hard, our summer sessions to get into. But yeah, definitely May, June, if you want a spot for fall, it's important that you start reaching out and saying, hey, I've got a kid that's going to be this age. We'd like to get them in. We also are offering a play group on Tuesdays and Thursdays for people to come in. It's absolutely, you supervise it. We're not, providing childcare. But, for moms and grandparents or caregivers, dads that want to come in and just have an hour to play in a gym with a kid as the weather gets bad and the parks really aren't accessible. And we kind of match that up with the library story time. So you can kind of hit two things, hit a story time and then come to the gym, or hit gym and then go. I looked at their schedule, and that's why they're a little wonky, is I was trying to match it up with times that we don't need the gym for our Fun Factory program, but that it also could coordinate with what the library has going on.
Nice.
So.
If folks have any questions, want more information, they want to get a hold of you?
Yep. Stop in, reach out on Facebook Messenger. You can always use email. The phone gets to be so. Who uses a phone anymore? But give us a call. We do have voicemail, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, we appreciate hearing from folks, and always happy to talk to people.
Great. Hey, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you.
Next month, it'll be what, days before the turkey trot?
Days before turkey trot. Yeah, probably. I don't know when the Thursday falls, but yeah, the countdown will be on at that point. So
incredible.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All
Have
the
a
best.
great day.
Two Hong Kong airport security workers died after a Boeing 747 cargo plane skidded off the runway, hit their patrol car, and pushed it into the sea. That is according to the city's airport operator on Monday. The crash happened around 3:50 a.m. local time. The airport security staff were not breathing when rescued from the water. One was declared dead at the scene, and the other died later in hospital, according to Stephen Yu, the airport's executive director of operations. He added that authorities are investigating the cause, looking at weather, runway conditions, the aircraft, and the crew. Yu also said flights at Hong Kong's airport have not been affected. Emirates, the Dubai-based airline, said the crash at the world's busiest cargo airport involved an ACT Airlines plane operating on its behalf. There was no cargo on board. All 4 crew members of the plane escaped safely. This was Hong Kong's deadliest airport accident since the 1999 China Airlines crash that killed 3 people. Boeing did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch? Pinch, pinch. We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Oh, don't call for pinches.
Call for protection.
Hit it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks closed higher on Friday, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ each adding roughly 0.5%. President Trump downshifted his China trade rhetoric on Friday, saying his proposed 100% tariff on Chinese imports would be unsustainable. While Ben McMillan, chief investment officer at IDX Advisors, still believes Trump's tough trade talk is mostly posturing, he does see one key sticking point.
With China in particular, there's an AI arms race to kind of own as much of that segment as possible. America is definitely in a privileged position, but China is very quickly, trying to catch up with NVIDIA chips and tariffs on specific chips as it relates to AI. I do think that'll be an ongoing, kind of source of tension between the two countries.
Among Friday's stock moves, regional banks rebounded, with Zions Bank Corporation gaining more than 5.5% and Western Alliance adding about 3%. Both had sold off the day before over fears about credit quality. Shares of Eli Lilly fell 2% after Trump said he would bring down prices of weight loss drugs. And Wall Street's most valuable companies ended mixed, with Tesla rising 2.5%, Apple adding almost 2%, and Amazon falling more than 0.5%.
Joining us this morning, our friends from Titusville Area Hospital. Kelly Clark is with us. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Luke?
Good. You are the, if you didn't know this, the marketing and communication specialist, Titusville Area Hospital. Did you know that?
I am. I actually brought a special guest in with me today.
Excellent.
Yes, this is Dr. Catherine Policina. She is our new ENT specialist at Titusville. So thanks for having us on.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Catherine Policina. A little bit about my personal background. I was born and raised in the Philippines. My mom and dad were civil engineers before they shifted into business, in which they did a pretty good job. So shout out to my mom and dad. They raised us 3 girls. So I have an older sister. She helps in the business. And my younger sister is a lawyer in the Philippines.
Wow.
I am married. My husband is also a doctor. He is a urologist. He's practicing in Allegheny Health Network in St. Vincent Hospital in Erie. And we have a lovely daughter. She just turned 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So in terms of my professional background, I finished my Bachelor of Science in Public Health in the University of the Philippines, and then my med school in St. Luke's College of Medicine, then did my residency training in ENT and head and neck surgery, also in the Philippines in Rizal Medical Center. That's a Department of Health tertiary government hospital. And then right after residency, I flew to Florida for my fellowship. I did a rhinology and endoscopic skull-based surgery fellowship at the University of Miami. And now I'm here.
That's great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
At what age did you know you wanted to be a doctor?
Oh, so for as long as I can remember, I am the only doctor in the family, so there was really no footsteps to follow before me. There was no family member who would tell me, oh, this career is very fulfilling, take this path. But really at a very young age, when people would ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I would always say I want to be a doctor. And we didn't know where it came from. But personally, I believe it was God who planted that desire in my heart at a very young age. So that's going to be my purpose. So I just followed my heart. I followed my calling, and I'm very glad I did, because it's just a great privilege to be able to save lives, help people, alleviate their pain, and in general, just improve the quality of life of people by improving their health.
So on your journey, at what stage did you know, okay, this is the field I wanted to get into, the specialty I wanted to do? Did you have a couple thoughts in mind, or did you think, I want to gravitate towards this?
Yeah, so I've said I didn't have someone who guided me step by step into this. It was 4th year in med school that I learned, oh, there's so many kinds of doctors, and you might want to choose one which you want to do for the rest of your life. And out of all the rotations that I did, it was ENT who really stood up for me for so many reasons. First, I would say that because in ENT, for me, it's like a perfect blend of medicine and surgery. And second, if you fix the problems with your hearing, with your sense of smell, with your taste, with your speech, and how you breathe every day, it's how people connect to the environment and how we appreciate the world. So if we fix those problems, you've had that very significant impact on them. So that's very rewarding for me. So I really fell in love with ENT. And, I still get to choose and, treat patients of all ages, both pediatrics and the adults. And also there's just so much variety in ENT. Like in 1 minute, you're doing a consulting clinic. The next minute, you're cleaning ears. The next minute, you're doing nasal endoscopy, laryngoscopy, and you can do a lot of in-office procedures. And then the next day, you're in the OR doing major cases. So I love that variety. There's just no dull day for an ENT.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So you kind of started talking about it, but specifically, what are those things that are driving patients to come in and see you? What are some symptoms somebody may experience that maybe they should pick up the phone and schedule an appointment with you?
Yeah, so there are a lot actually. So let's go by ENT. So for the ears, even if you just want your ears cleaned, you can call us, of course. We'll be happy to help you with that.
Is it kind of like a dental thing where like every 6 months you should do it? Like, should you have your ears cleaned every so often, or?
Well, people would have like different experience with that. People would accumulate earwax more frequently than other people. So if you're that kind of person, you can come to us regularly for ear cleaning. And then for hearing loss, at least for people 50 and up, at least they get to have the hearing screening every 3 years, because gradual hearing loss can be unnoticed, right? And we know that it's a risk for cognitive decline and dementia. So they have to see us every 3 years or so for checking of their hearing. And any lumps and bumps in your neck, go to ENT, go to us. And of course, I'm trained in rhinology. So if you are experiencing chronic congestion, nasal obstruction, decrease in smell, like facial pain, which might be because of your chronic sinusitis, you can definitely call us. We can help you with that. Allergic rhinitis is very common as well, and we have a lot of options for you. Or if you think you have allergic rhinitis and you've been on a couple of medications and you're not improving, well, you can call us and I'll have to check on you. Maybe it's not allergic rhinitis at all, and we have other medical options and surgical options for you.
Okay.
So those are the common ones.
It seems like around here, allergies pose problems for folks. I'm somebody who has issues with allergies and like sinus pressure and that kind of thing.
Make an appointment with us.
Well, I'll just come over there and just over and done with. We'll do a live on-air screening or something, allergy testing. Yeah, no, there's no testing. I can tell you, it's no, that's fantastic. Well, what about the people side? I assume you enjoy helping people.
I do, really. When I came to Titusville, I really think this work environment really aligns with my goal to provide high-quality patient care. So, I like caring for people.
Is it one of those things where you like to get to know your patients? It's fun to see them and
interact with them and establish that personal relationship between a doctor and your patient. With the family. We always deal with families because when we treat kids, you're always with their parents, with their obviously caregivers.
That's great. Kelly, for the hospital, again, recognizing the needs of the community here?
Yes, so we started with Dr. Pineru. She was our first full-time ENT that we hired after Dr. Tay left. And we were so busy that we brought Policina on board as well as a full-time ENT here. And really to top off those services, I just recently had Devin Zarovchak on. She is our audiologist, so she's going to work really closely with our ENT department and offer hearing exams where needed and offer help with existing hearing aids, getting new hearing aids, things like that, and that is a need in the community as well. And it really goes hand in hand with the ENT department that we are really growing and establishing. So we've definitely seen that need in the community. making it easier for patients to get those appointments and be able to come in and see the provider when they need to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Was it important for you to know that you're stepping into a situation where you had this structure in place, the supporting cast that you can go to just to help you do what you do?
Yeah, it's very important, and I'm very happy and very impressed with how supportive they are, especially our CEO, Lee, and our very hardworking practice manager, Megan Miller. So they really ask us what we need to extend our services and to be able to have a complete set in the clinic so we can help our patients.
Yeah, Kelly, are people surprised at how quickly the hospital responds to suggestions? Because it seems like it's like, oh, here's a need the community is facing, and the hospital is quick to respond to that.
We are, and they seem to be quite a few steps ahead. It's funny, I go to a lot of things in the public and talk to people, and they say, you know, just recently I was at the YMCA, and someone came up to me and said, you know what, you need to add dermatology. And I said, funny story, we are. We're adding it in December. You know, so it really happens like that. And I think it starts with a lot of our doctors. They see what's needed in their patients. You know, they see that maybe we're sending patients to Erie consistently, or to Pittsburgh to see a specialist, or even to Meadville, which isn't that far away. But, you know, if it's something that we can offer close to home, we definitely try to do that. And yes, they have been really good. Titusville is really good at bringing those specialty services close to home. And it's really working out well. And I think the community is very appreciative of that.
That's great. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union. Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is your hometown source for quality equipment and exceptional service. Now an authorized steel dealer, Poppy's is everything from saws and mowers to diggers and more. Planning an event? We've got tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, firewood, or propane. Whether you're building, landscaping, or just tackling a weekend project, Poppy has you covered. Stop by Poppy's on the Tionesta Road in Pleasantville, or call today and let's get your next project or party started.
Friends from Titusville Area Hospital with us here this morning. You mentioned dermatology. Who were you bringing in?
Yes, so we have a nurse practitioner that she is doing training currently in Meadville through the dermatology services offered in Meadville. She's being trained, and in January she will be starting her own practice here in Titusville. So really exciting to be able to offer that. And yeah, just one more thing that we're going to be offering.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you've got some other things coming up as you round out the year.
Yeah.
Can you believe we're saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that it's already halfway through October.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So we, like I already talked to you about, we are added audiology with Devin. She is scheduling patients now. We're still working on getting some of the equipment since it is a new service that we kind of had to build an entire new practice for her, and there was a lot of sound booth work and things like that and new equipment that we had to bring in. I do believe you can start getting your appointment established, but we're not in full swing yet for all of the services, and I'll let you know what's to come with that.
Okay.
Brittany Masterson, we are welcoming her. She is new family care in our physician services. Some of you may be familiar with her. She has worked a very long time at the Express Care in Titusville. So she was looking for a change, and she came aboard with us, and we're very happy to have her. I know she has quite a following. A lot of people really know her and enjoyed her care while she was at Express Care.
Excellent.
So she will be part of physician services now too, doing family care. We are also adding Dr. Timothy Scott. He will be coming to Titusville and doing podiatry on a part-time basis. Really great because he will be able to also assist with wound care. Not only podiatry services such as bunions, ingrown toenails, toenail trimmings, any kind of heel pain, things like that, but he will also be taking care of lower extremity wound care. So we're really happy to have him. He will be starting beginning of November, I believe. So get ready, you'll see some ads and things like that and some different services that he'll have available as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Auxiliary luncheon.
Yeah, we recently had our October auxiliary luncheon. A new slate of officers was presented and really talked about some things that are up and coming. We will be having our Lights of Love fundraiser. I know, it's hard to talk about all these things that are, you know, just moving forward so quickly.
Just the holidays are coming. That's the thing.
They
right?
are. Ready or not, they're coming. So we'll be having our Lights of Love fundraiser. It's a really great fundraiser for auxiliary. They raised over $5,000 last year. We also are doing the angel ornament tree again. We brought that back last year, and it was a very large success. Thank you to everyone that donated. For those of you that aren't aware of what that is, you can, I believe it is for a $5 donation. You can put a loved one's name on our tree that hangs in the lobby. After the Christmas season, you can take your ornament home with you and put it on your own tree. So it's just something to remember or honor somebody that maybe you would like to honor, or somebody that you had lost recently. So it's just something that the auxiliary used to do in the past and brought it back last year, and it was a resounding success. So we're excited to do it again this year.
Excellent. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is.
And
We've been doing a lot of breast cancer awareness because the foundation has a fund. It's the Breast Cancer Awareness Fund. A lot of monies are donated to this every year, especially in the month of October. So what that fund supports is free mammograms for anyone that is uninsured.
Wow.
So one way that we are raising funds for that is we have a chair in the lobby. If anyone's noticed, it's bright pink and gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to miss it.
Yeah. It's very cute. It's very lovely. We did it last year for the first time. It was a pretty big success. We were excited about it. To do it again this year, Tammy Cornell is the donator of the chair. She is a longtime supporter of the Breast Cancer Awareness Fund, so we were excited to have her donate another one this year. We've already sold quite a few tickets. The drawing will be on October 31st. We have some information on our Facebook page. You can also go on, if you don't want to come into the hospital or you live out of town, you can still go online and purchase a ticket.
Excellent. And then there's some career opportunities. You can go to the Facebook page or website to see what's available.
Yes, we're always updating our Facebook page and our website with current opportunities. If you don't have internet access, that's okay. You can always call the HR department You just call the hospital directly and ask for the HR department. They can get you all the information you need. You can fill out a quick apply form online as well. That's just a really easy way to get your name in there. If you are called in, you can fill out a formal application, but it's just one way to help us get some qualified people in the hospital.
That's awesome. Wonderful. And you have to be excited to get things started and established here.
I'm very excited. Very, very.
Yeah.
So when you come into a situation like this, what are some things that you get to kind of put your stamp on, or do you kind of just see how things play out and then?
Yeah, so that's how we are starting right now. I'm shadowing Dr. Reno Pinero, so I can be very familiar with the system, and then hopefully by next week when we're all settled, because we are moving into another hallways because we are expanding our services. So when we are all settled in there, then we can start seeing patients.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very exciting.
That has to be great.
Looking forward into it, yeah.
Now, can folks start calling to schedule appointments, or Kelly, how does that part work?
So they can.
Okay.
If they need to be seen right away, they'll be probably scheduled with Dr. Pinero. If they want to be scheduled out, they're just looking to get established, they can be on Dr. Policina's schedule. So
Excellent.
It really depends on the need of where they would like to be in that schedule. But yeah, definitely give the office a call. They will have all the information. The number to call is 814-827-9770.
And maybe just real quick, run down those symptoms that somebody may experience where they probably should say, you know what, I got to make time. Let's schedule an appointment.
Okay, so for the ears, if you have hearing loss, chronic ear infection, like recurrent ear discharge, ear pain. Okay, so those are the symptoms. You go to us, call us. If you're experiencing tinnitus or ringing of the ears, you can also definitely call us. We also get a lot of referrals for vertigo. You just want to make sure if it's coming from the ears. So we have repositioning maneuvers to help you. For the nose, of course, if you have problems with your breathing, it could be from deviated septum, and it's causing you a lot of bothersome symptoms during the day. It's interrupting your activities. Definitely call us. If you have chronic rhinosinusitis, bothersome allergic rhinitis symptoms, call us. Any lumps and bumps in your neck that needs to be further worked up, you should call us. Any foreign body sensation or lump in your throat, those are the symptoms that you should be able to be checked with us.
Okay, that's great. You mentioned family. What do you do at the end of the day to unwind and relax?
Oh, yeah, great question. Really, my main, most effective stress reliever, I would say, is my husband and my daughter. Yeah, we play at the end of the day. Yeah.
Oh, so I cause stress to my wife, but that's good.
Yeah, so, at the end of the day, when I see them healthy and happy, my battery pack is like fully recharged again. And spending quality time with my family. And we love to travel, so we drive to the close by cities, and it's great that in this country you have a lot of national parks, so we've been checking the list one by one.
That's great. Yeah. Well, welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here.
Oh, all the best to you. Kelly, good to see you this morning.
It's very good to see you. Thanks for having us on, Luke.
Yeah, and if folks have any questions about what's going on at the hospital?
Yes, they can. So we update our Facebook page all the time. We like to really put a lot of information out there for anyone that's looking for specific services. You can go on to our website, which is titusvillehospital.org. You can also go on to our Facebook page that I said and check that out. There's lots of different links that link directly to our website to learn more, and you can call the hospital.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, take care.
Thank you.